Shalom, Rabbi Eric Solomon here in Raleigh, North Carolina, Beth Meyer Synagogue. Some morning Torah. Hanukkah Torah. I'm going to focus on Hanukkah, not the Torah portion of the week, 'cause it's coming. And it's a major holiday. And I want to talk about the Maccabees for a second. So, those of us who study the Hanukkah story in depth and really get into the history know that it's not so simple as the miracles that are proclaimed of the lighting of the Chanukiah, the menorah, the oil lasted longer than expected, or the miraculous win of a war against the quote-unquote Greeks. If you get into details, you actually realize it was not so much against the Greeks necessarily. It was kind of more of a civil war amongst the Jewish people, between those who are more connected, Hellenized, more Greek connected, those who are more committed to Jewish tradition in certain ways. You also realize the issue of the oil and extension, may not have happened, or it's a story. Bottom line, these are stories. But if we take some of the story that's powerful, is the Maccabee story. The Maccabee story is also about a small group. It actually says this in the Siddur, in the prayer inserted, Al Nisim, for Hanukkah. It says that we were a small group, we overcame the large group. We were the Ma'at, the tiny part, who overcame the big enemy. And one of the stories is the Maccabees were kind of like the mountain people, the rural people, who went into the city to overtake those who were supposedly more powerful. And one of the stories is the Maccabees, they're kind of like thinking about how to ambush and how to use their knowledge of the territory and the surroundings in order to overcome. Basically using their smarts and their wisdom and do what was hard. And so part of what Hanukkah is, in addition to put the miracles aside or whatever the academic study or historical study you might see of Hanukkah is about standing up for being Jewish and doing it when it's tough, doing it when it's hard. Part of putting the Chanukiah and the Shamash and the light in the window is that in a dark time of the year, when literally it's not much light outside and the nights are longer than the days and stuff like that, we're putting the light in the window, and it's tough. It's tough when it's easy when there's lots of light and lots of joy, and easy, to add light to that. What's tough is to go against the grain. What's tough is to bring light where there is challenge. What's tough is being Jewish. Being Jewish in a non-Jewish world is tough. It's not always easy. It's funny, as a rabbi, often I'm trying to promote and sell Judaism to the Jewish community and others. I'm trying to show that it's joyful, it's fun, it's meaningful, and sometimes I would say it's easy. And that's not bad, because I want people to see it as something compelling. But there is a time to look at your Judaism as something that's hard, but worth it. It's tough, but meaningful. Nothing in life, ultimately, that's worth it doesn't come without some struggle and some challenge. So when you light your Chanukiah and you put the Shamash in the window, especially that first night, I want you to say, it's tough to put this in the window. It's tough to make light in a time of darkness. It's tough to be Jewish in an anti-Semitic world. But this is what makes Judaism meaningful. This is what makes religion meaningful. It's what makes Hanukkah meaningful. Be the light when it's tough, when it's dark outside. It's hard, but this is your opportunity to do something great. Being difficult, being tough, doesn't mean it's not worth it. In fact, maybe it's ultimately worth it. Maybe that's one of the miracles of Hanukkah, standing up. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom. Happy Hanukkah.